Hey everybody, it is Mia. I'm back. So this is proof that I'm going to do my best to stay consistent. If you are returning, I want to say welcome back. If this is the very first time that you are seeing me, my name is Mia. Nice to meet you. Um, Quick business. All of you guys who are writing me comments and putting reactions or how some of the things that I've said has resonated with you and you've left it in the comments, you've emailed me. I really want to say, I truly, truly want to say thank you. I receive some of these emails and read some of these comments in the middle of spiritual warfare, right? And it's my belief that certain people go through levels of spiritual warfare because what they have decided to commit to. And oftentimes when you decide to commit to Christ, well, I mean, you're signing up for warfare. And so sometimes when I get these emails, or all the times when I get these emails and these comments and I read and I'm understanding that, it's resonating with people, it's helping people, that truly helps me. So I really want to say thank you. I wanted to dedicate time off top because I have a feeling that people are going to watch this video based on what the title is. I received this dream on April 21st of 2022. I got my book right here. I wrote it down, and it's taken me this long to share it because I had to pray on this. Sometimes dreams that I get, they're for me, right? Okay. And sometimes they're for me and others, and sometimes it's for somebody else. So sometimes it takes a longer amount of time to discern that. And I feel like it has taken till September to know, what, it was for you, but it also could be for someone else. And I truly feel that in my spirit. And so that's why I'm here. The dream, I'm not going to prolong this video. The dream was, what I wrote down first was I believe God showed me my husband, and it wasn't by name though. That's the thing. So I was in a lake. I was in a body of water. I remember seeing like the shoreline, the trees. It felt like fall, right? It didn't feel like the heat of summer. It was like, it was warm, but it wasn't like scorching hot. And apologies if you hear my fan right now where it is, I'm hot. Okay. So hopefully you can hear me over that. But it was kind of like a U shaped of the lake. And there were other people there, and I was in the water. Now, when you think of a lake, it was shady. Maybe it was the time of day, but I don't know. It was just trees around, and it was dark within the trees because of the shade. So I'm gonna say it was fall. Okay. Now, I was in the water, but at first I had like a drone shot viewpoint of the water. And what I realized from that viewpoint to where I was in the water, there was this massive, like, I don't know, it was this huge, I wrote, it was a huge float, but it was like a huge blow up. So, when you blow up a float and you can lay on it in a pool or a lake, it was like that, but it was massive, and it was under the water in such a way that you didn't know it was there, right? It was camouflaged. If you had a vantage point from up top, you couldn't see it, maybe because the color camouflaged with the water. I don't know, but you didn't know it was there. But there was only about this much water above this massive float. And the float was so massive and inflated underneath the water that unless you swam into it, you didn't know it was there. So there was a blockage, right? That's how that came across to me. Where I was behind the float, didn't know it was there, keep in mind. Then you had the float, then you had the shoreline. So I was kind of deeper into the water. All of a sudden, this huge hand, like, and it couldn't have belonged to a human being, because when I tell you how big this hand was, it was just like a hand. Now, mind you, it was a dream, so it was like I kind of wasn't analyzing like, what is this? But it was like this huge hand, and it was only the hand that was shown, came in and deflated the float, right? It deflated the float, and the float started to minimize. As the float started to minimize underneath the water, it was all of a sudden like things were revealed. And what I remember is that there was a man on the other side that I could not see for as long as the float was inflated, and he could not see me. As soon as that hand came in and pulled out the thing, and the hand disappeared, the float started to deflate. All of a sudden, I saw this man saw me. Immediately. It was like an immediate knowing. The man started swimming towards me. Now, I tried to run away from the man, but it wasn't in fear. It was like playing, right? And so what I'm gathering from this is that either it's someone that you knew that didn't see you in a certain way, or it's just a situation where there's childlike play type of interaction involved. Okay. So the man saw me, he swam over to me. I tried to swim away, it didn't work. And he immediately came in to grab me, to like pick me up and play, and like throw me in the water. You know how like dudes like try to do. So as he swam over to me, I tried to put my legs up to block him, right? That didn't work. Did none work. Everything I tried to do to keep dude away from me didn't work. But that was it. That was the end of the dream. And what was so memorable about it was when I woke up, I remembered everything. And I said, I didn't realize it was a hand at first. I just thought, I didn't analyze it. So I just thought that something came in and it just deflated on its own. And then I was like, no, that was a hand. Sitting with that a little bit further, this speaks to timing. This speaks to the hand of God. This speaks to all the kingdom marriage narrative, and bringing couples together for the glory of God. But what that dream symbolized to me is that there actually was truly a blockage, and it, because of the familiarity or the playfulness between me and the man, it gives off like we might know each other, or like I said, it's just the nature of where we were, because it seemed like we were at like a getaway or retreat or something like that. So everybody was in a playful mood. So again, it has taken me some time to even share this. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't telling my business. Okay. And I had to take it to God to make sure, but it's time. It's time for me to share it. And that's it. I know for sure God is bringing together couples for his glory, for sure. And the amount of talk and focus and dedicated study of kingdom marriages, what marriage is, what it stands for, what you're supposed to do in it, why you're not in it yet, why you are in it. All of these things it's been the whole theme of 2022, at least for me. Everywhere I look, including online ministry, including in-person ministry. I mean, it's everywhere. And I believe, it's in preparation for a marriage. What else could it be? So, it's important to not make it an idol. I want to say that off top. I've been there, done that. So I'm not pointing fingers, but it's important to not make it an idol. It's important to continue to develop self. And as a Christian, as a believer of Christ, follower of Christ, what that means for everyone is something different. If it means You know, you finally finding where you belong in terms of career, or how you are supposed to uphold the kingdom by using your gifts, or, you know, it's going to look different for everybody. What I will say is, do whatever you can to seek out biblical knowledge of marriage. If you have not done so already, and if you have started, I would continue to do that. Because what I'm finding is that everyone who is outside of marriage, who is desiring marriage, is not really clear on what marriage is, right? If you're looking to get married because you're trying to have fun, my understanding of what, of how people explain this thing to me, baby, you know, so you're going to be highly disappointed once it happens, if it does happen. And then you're going to be disappointed if it doesn't happen, not understanding that, you know, you first have to learn how to serve God as your mate, right? So if you don't know how to submit to God, how do you expect as a woman to submit to your husband? And as a husband, how do you expect to submit to your wife? Because submission goes both ways, right? And so there are certain things that we have to be taught and learn and accept, and remember, once we are into that covenant, we have to remember and we have to uphold. And your single period is preparation. It's not a punishment. So but I wanted to share this dream. This was a very significant dream, and it was very rare for me. Like, I'm not just out here dreaming about floaties and like marriage like that. I'm not a part of the hashtag Kingdom Marriage posse here on YouTube, but this was important, and it will reach who it needs to reach. And I say you need to take this to God and pray on it as well. Don't try to project this on you. Don't make his name the guy on the other side of the buoy. Okay? You need to ask God. Ask God. That's pray, fast, ask God. Okay? But I hope this was helpful, beneficial. Again, don't make it an idol. Don't make it an idol, right? Because think about your days, like when you don't want to deal with nobody and then you marry, so you ain't got no choice. Like, don't make it an idol. God will make it happen in its own time. God will make it happen when you are ready, when he is ready. You don't want a premature marriage. That's not what we're doing. So peace and blessings to you all. That's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, your comments are greatly appreciated. Very grateful for you guys. And I hope that you have a beautiful day, night, morning, wherever you are. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.